We mean business.
Welcome back and thank you so much. Today's edition of the Business Day, we are still live on Facebook, Millennium TV Zambia. Ensure to interact with us in our comment section box, even as you follow today's conversation. Like I mentioned this morning on state, I'm being joined by Pacha Motors Limited brand ambassador Paul Chela, popularly known as Posi. We do discuss some products and services, and of course we get inspired because he is our ever entrepreneur. A little bit of his journey, of course, we'll do for the day.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chela, and welcome to the Business Day.
Good morning, Doreen. Thank you so very much for having me this beautiful morning.
Amazing. I think Pacha Motors Limited, in case we have some people that have never even heard about this, the company for the first time. Maybe let's just get to hear more on what you really do as a
Pacha Motors
Limited.
Okay, so Pacha Motors Limited is a vehicle finance company that does not only buy on behalf of, but we also do finance. So basically how we work into the products and services that we offer is that we finance in the sense that when you come to us, let's say maybe you want to purchase maybe like a Vitz or a Honda Fit. So when you come to us, in our financing scheme, what is going to happen is that you're only going to pay 30% or 40%, and then we finance every balance that is remaining. So meaning we are going now to call you to the office. Once the payment is done, we select the vehicle that you want. You pay the 30% or 40% towards that vehicle, and then we start the shipping process. So when the vehicle arrives at Dar es Salaam, we are going to push it forward to Nakonde and then clear, move it, and until we deliver it to you. So basically what will now start happening is that you will be driving whilst you are paying in installments. So we have 6, 12, 24 and 36 payment plans that we do have available at the moment that are running to help our clients, we don't want to make them break the bank. What we are trying to do is, let's select the payment plan that best suits your financial needs. People still need to pay the rentals. People still need to sustain the life. Bills, the kids at school. So we don't want you to save up until it's 100% the cost of the vehicle. But you can still work around with us on our financial scheme that helps us to finance that vehicle unless you pay. And of course, on very, very lower rates. We should be the cheapest on our financial rates in Zambia. I should make mention that.
With all those good initiatives that is coming with Pacha Motors Limited, are you serving, let's say, the entire Zambia, or it's only here in Lusaka?
So basically, we have our head office is in Lusaka, where Pacha Motors started from, and we have offices extending to Copperbelt, as well as Livingston. We'll be launching next month, but we're already on the Copperbelt, and we're extending to Solwezi. But most clients, even when the office is not that close to you, when you access us using the numbers, we're able to provide the services as long as you have maybe like a cousin here, someone, a friend who can come and just represent you and be the witness to the contractual agreements. So we are able to also purchase. So let me say that we are able to facilitate our services countrywide. As long as you have someone who can represent you in Lusaka, or if you trust. Most of the people that have worked with us, it's because they trust me as Posi Zambia. So they just be like, you know what, I want to just to talk to him. When I talk to him, I send the money, and we select the vehicle, and they approve, and I'm all good. And that is something that I've also seen, which better works when they trust you as a person, as a brand, and then you are now the brand ambassador for the company. So I feel that is basically the mechanism that has literally worked for most people where offices haven't reached yet.
Amazing. And how old is this company?
We are clocking a year in October, but we have pulled out massively and delivered massively. And I feel like, I've seen progress in many, many different companies, and I feel like the trust that people put into the name and the face, that is the brand that we've put in place, that is Posi Zambia Brands as a brand ambassador, carrying the Pacha Motors Limited. It has given us a very the biggest punches, just to make sure that we gravitate as quickly as we can to become the topmost, vehicle car dealership on I think Zambia as a whole.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We are just speaking of like clocking a year. It is really magical. But just a little bit to those that are watching, young entrepreneurs who are also, trying to enter probably a similar business or other businesses as well that would also want to get to where you are, know, as young as you are, and just in a year, and it's magical, all the things that are coming up. Could there be any special other tips, of course, that you are also that you are applying to ensure that you move at this particular pace that they may also get to learn from?
Well, basically, I think where most of our youth and people out there miss it is that when you get into entrepreneurship, it's not all rosy. You understand? So the first year of this business, we've had a lot of sleepless nights. And I would report for work at 10 and leave the office at 03 every day, and I never missed any day of work. Anyone who is willing to do that and sacrifice that for the business, then they would definitely get to the results. Secondly, when you start a business, it looks like, it's going to be all good, like it's business as usual. It never is. In the vehicle industry, mostly we thrive on the trust that people, put in you. And the trust has to be earned. And in the process to earn this trust, a whole lot of things. It's not guaranteed that you're not going to have enemies of the business. Those are guaranteed, they're going to come. When we started, we could receive messages that would like scammers, scams. These guys are going to just steal your money and go. And then for 1 year, we have been trajectorying, moving forward and delivering. And then, it took time to an extent where, to some extent, it got to my head, and I had to put like 3 people behind bars. Like I sanctioned them to say, prove it to us that we are stealing and we are getting money from people we're not delivering. Prove it to us. And this is also a personal call to action to most of the youths there. Just because you have data on your phone and a smartphone,
simply sit down, relax,
should not make you, not at any particular point, attack a business that is paying revenues to the government, that is honestly delivering to the people. And I've learned so much growing through the business, and I've understood to say most of the times we do not understand the reparations that comes after certain actions. But then we reconciled with most of these people, they apologized, and then we took that advantage to bring them to our office, walk them through, introduce them to standing clients, and show them how business is done. And I felt like that was a moment of my life when I realized that the youth, if we have to progress in this industry, in this life, is that we need to kind of push forward, understand that we kind of need this entrepreneurship, like our lives depends on it every day.
Definitely.
I've had malaria plus. I went to the Copperbelt, I got my, but then I was here and the business needed me to be in the office, and I had to sneak from the doctor's bed, like, just to come and attend. And then he called me, was like, where are you? I just found like you're not on your hospital bed. It was like, I just had an emergency to attend. It was like, you are sick.
But throughout, the months until we are going to was there at a point where you felt like, I think I can't do this anymore? I can close this business and maybe do another. We have so many youths there that start business and they begin to sabaila. Maybe I hear that all over the place.
I think the most important aspect of life that I've realized is that we promote ourselves too early. When we're starting the business, you want to be heard. No, I'm the CEO of what? No, I'm carrying this whole thing. And it gets to our head to an extent where things now rely entirely on you. The first thing, when the business started, like we could be there, like no business is coming. And, meeting deadlines is also the #1 game into making sure that the business thrives. So it is very difficult for you to look at only one aspect, the profits of it. So you need to kind of understand that profits are going to come after maybe a year, 2 years, and 3 years. So every business takes about 6 months before it definitely crouches into the system. Like, it definitely hoards. So 6 months. When you survive the first 6 months of the business, then you do understand that you are going to start having referrals. You are going to start having people who have seen the business for the longest time coming on. So people act like the modern day Toma. You know, like the Thomas in the Bible who wanted to, they want to come through. They want to see how authentic the business is. So when you are starting and you haven't delivered yet to anyone, the business is strategically very difficult to run. And as a youth, it is one of those things where they just want to come like, yeah, I'm here, I'll deliver, and most of these companies, they fake deliveries for them to begin to have. You understand? But that's something I cautioned my team.
Testimonials, fake
yes. So this is what I cautioned my team. I told them, if we are not going to make any sales, let's not publish what is not in our name. Let's not publish what is not ours. Let's not do anything that will definitely bring the brand, the business to jeopardy as time goes. And we've clocked a year. We've never faked anything. We communicate to our clients when we understand that business is about communication. Business is about keeping them in the light. Business is about making them understand what you can and can't do. And at the end of the day, you come up with one thing. So the truth of it, the resilience of it, and pushing forward every day. So we wake up to do this every day.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. But then what types of vehicles do you actually purchase for clients, and what factors influence some of those decisions?
So factors that influence the type of vehicles that we get for our clients is that we do not get them the vehicles. They do choose the vehicles of their choice. So if you come to us, you want a Mazda CX-5, you want a RAV4, we've delivered almost all the vehicles. We've delivered all the way up to refrigerators, yes, canters, mines, some of the mines in Solwezi. Yes. So what I've actually noticed is it is the clientele's choice. So as long as you can pay 30% or 40% to that vehicle, we're able to finance. And clocking a year has made us even more stronger now, because when we started, we was like, what if we ran out of the coffer into the finance? Right now, we are speaking to say that we want as many people to come as possible, because this is something that we now just want to pay. So the second round of the game is going to be very, very different, and we've survived quite a number of things, and we have understood the legal ways of dealing with the business, the marketing ways of thriving, and we also do understand that you know, there will be people always there trying to attack the business. So we've put all of these things in position. So I feel that the second round of everything, we are much wiser, 1 year older, and always thriving. So it's always about the vehicle that the client wants to purchase with us. I think they come forward, they tell us, and then we calculate, and then we give them. As long as they can afford the 30%, 40%, we are able to bring all the way up to doorsteps. Well,
maybe just a little bit on the process to those that may be watching. Some people like me, let me know if I've got one car. How do I get it? And I'm anxious to get into that car, get my keys. How is the process like just from the beginning when I walk into the office? I hear about you, deliver, you do finance cars, then coming to you up to the whole time I have to wait, and up the time I'm getting the vehicle. How is the process like?
Okay, so how the process is that these vehicles are not available at our office.
Okay.
Yeah. So these vehicles are in Japan. Okay. Yeah. So we get from SBT and B Forward and Real Motors. Okay. So what it is when you come to the office, when you want a particular vehicle, when you come to the office, we are going to, first thing that we do is you tell us the vehicle. Okay. And we sit together and then we start browsing. Okay. When we come across something that you like, you're like, this is the car that I want. So what you see is definitely what will be delivered to the doorstep. So that's where
what I saw versus what I got.
Yes, we don't have what I saw versus what I received. We only have what you see is exactly what you get. That is what you're going to receive. So we also now, when you choose the vehicle, you like it, You pay the 30% or 40% deposit. And then what now we do is we download all those pictures and then we give to you. We also keep some. We enter into a contractual agreement. So the first week and the second, so there is also inspection that has to be done. So the first week is inspection. The second week now they're moving the vehicle from its point of destination to the ship. That takes 2. And then the ship in the water, normal procedure everywhere in the shipping industry. Takes about 3 weeks. It gets to Dar es Salaam. So it takes about 4 working days. They now start balancing because the ship carries a lot of vehicles. So now it takes between 3-4 days. They're just offloading. And then now we have to sort out our vehicles, put them in, at our office in Dar es Salaam. Then from there now they move to Nakonde. Nakonde now we have to start running processes of clearing. So when we do the clearances, the JVICs and all these things, now we prepare our drivers. They now start off coming to here. So what we normally say is there's no estimate, there's no like time like here is the time, but there's an estimate time under which you receive the vehicle. So between 6 and 8 weeks, the vehicle must be here and the vehicle must be registered. And then to top it up is that registration, we do it as an incentive for choosing Pacha Motors. So it comes free. We are going to register that vehicle for you and hand it over to you. The only thing that you're going to put there is a number plate, which is nearly costing about 500 kwacha, insurance, as well as road tax, because test certificate is paid by us. So you're only putting 2 things, road tax and insurance. And then you're on the road. You're now on the road. And then by then you would have picked which payment plan you want. Is it 6 months? Is it 12 months? Is it 24 months? Is it 36 months? So it is as simple as that. And we are very flexible. Yes. But I've been checking across the industry. I think we have the lowest interest rate, across the country. Unless it's updated of today, that I don't know of. But we have the lowest interest rate on the market. And not only are we affordable, but we are the cheapest on cash. Because on cash, it comes. We do not make any interest on the cash payment. So it just comes at easy. So we are the cheapest on cash and also the cheapest on a payment plan. And
but does it also come with an advice? For example, you come into your office, like you mentioned, you show me the pictures, and somebody else always have their dream car and whatnot. But do you also come in to give advice where issues of the issues of fuel consumption that comes in? Do you also guide the client so that at least it also benefits them at the end of the day?
At the end of the day. So I have over 14 years of experience in marketing. And business industry as a whole. So basically what happens is that we are together for the longest of time. So we are together maybe 12 months, 6 months, 24 months, 36 months. What our best interest is in that particular moment is that we know we are still together. It's a relationship that we have. So we wouldn't want a day in your life that you come complaining to us on certain things that we did not highlight, usher you in from the very first instance. So when you come, the first question you're going to ask you is, are you putting this vehicle on business? What type of business? Is it just for home use? So we are able to advise. In most cases, you find that unless a client pushes, we do not advise someone to get 1KR engines because we have a bad experience with them. A lot of people have bad experience with them. So we try to sit down with the client, run them through types of engines, which vehicles are very durable, because we need to see that vehicle still moving for 2 years, 3 years, as they are still financing. Because what we're trying to avoid is someone going to fix the vehicle while they are on a payment plan. So basically we do offer pre-sale service and also after-sale services at free cost. And for those people who want to get into the business, I'm a business consultant. I offer that for free, especially when it comes to the transport sector, transport business, and everything like that. So we want to have them coming and also telling others
we'll be coming.
This is the plug, this is the place to be. So we don't only sell the vehicles. We also sell the ideas of the business in transportation system, the sector, and the transport business as a whole.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But with that, in the transport industry, what are some of the trends that you have vehicle purchasing?
What is impacting the trends that I've seen that are impacting the vehicle decisions, that most people have realized that the transport sector has been one of the untapped for long as an investment. So in most cases, the trends that has been going on is that there is an introduction of this online taxi. Yeah, online taxi that has come on board and striked the transport sector by surprise. So basically, most of the purchasing decisions are being affected by everyone wanting to join the trends.
Oh, yeah.
So they join the trends of it's like, how much do your taxi make in a week? Okay. Or it makes like this in a week, by 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So if I pay initial deposit for a Honda Fit, let's say, for example, it pays 40,000, we ship that vehicle, we deliver to that vehicle. They do not have difficulties repaying, because just 1 week of working, they will repay for that particular month. The other week, they will pay the driver. The 2 weeks is for them to keep and content. So most of these. The second trend is car hire, which has come. Yeah, the second trend is car hire. So these trends, they circulate through hearsay. And then people consult from people who are doing it. And so quite a number of trends, there are buses, and we've been selling even highs, the buses, the canters. So depending on which side the client is more comfortable with investing into the transport sector, that's when they come. So most people are not really purchasing these vehicles for home use. They are purchasing for these business trends that are coming on board, and that we understand, that we also have embraced, that we have also been advising people, and also getting there. Like I said, when people come to the office, when they find me especially, they are also not just going to walk away with a deal, they also walk away with the knowledge of it in the business that they want to venture in. So there's also pre-service and after service all covered together.
You've mentioned how you're embracing the trends as well, but other than that, how you manage to stay up to date with other changes. We can speak of regulations, technologies, and just market transport industry.
Okay. So basically, you need to be glued to the competition of it. So be aware, when you're running a business, be aware of your competition, because your competition will bring the news to you.
Definitely.
So you want to stay up to date, stay alert with the competition of it. When you stay alert to the competition, let me give you an example. If there's a lady who competes with you in the way you dress, the way you put your makeup and everything, the best way to grip the new trend that has come is because she wants to be the first person to hold. So when you focus on 2-3 people in the same line of competition with what you're doing, you understand, like, this person in makeup, she's number one. This person in hairstyle, and she's number one. This person in fashion, she's number one. So now you begin to tap, no, this makeup, no, the one no, but this style of fashion is good. I'll adopt this and I'll adopt that. So not only are you keeping up with the government of the day with all these updates that they do, the pop-up, also feel free to be visiting some of these offices. You go to Pakra, what is it that is new? You go to ZRA, what is it that is new in our trend? And we have different people. We have offices in Dar es Salaam, we have offices in Nakonde, Lusaka, Copperbelt. In constant touch, we have these meetings. So what has changed at the border that you feel we should embrace? And the guys from the border will have to tell us what has changed over there, and what is it that has changed in Dar es Salaam that we need to embrace. So constant touch with your people into the business sector. You pick each person representing a certain branch, and then you can have some Zoom meetings. I fly out a lot, I move out a lot, and I've tried to keep my life a little bit private, not so much afloat.
I see that.
So, yeah.
But are there any insights that you want to share with the viewers out there on, emerging technologies or just innovations that are, coming, transforming this transport industry?
So about the innovations that we're talking about, this vehicle finance was only South Africa.
Oh.
Yes, it was only South Africa. Now in Zambia, we're having vehicle finance. It's a new trend, it's a new innovation that is going to come. And I won't be surprised if as we go through days, it won't only be about the lay-by, because you knew lay-by a long time ago. It's also one of the trends, innovation into the business sector. But lay-by used to be like you pay, but the product remains. For us, when you pay, the product will be working to pay you back the money. So I feel that is also bridging the gap into the growth of not only the trends and innovation. Then talking about technology is, when we talk about technology is, basically, how are we growing? The first thing you're going to see is that most of these service providers, be it ZRA, they are now online, they have improved their technology, we can access them from there. So it's making business a little bit easier to work around with. Pakra is now online. What isn't online? So this is about now the technology aspect of it. And then when all of these things are online, you're accessing all of these things online. All businesses are online. You now have to embrace the technology of it. You can even purchase a vehicle from the realms of your home. You can still get in touch with us. Purchase through, we send you everything that you need to know. And bingo, we are working. So technology is coming in a sense that the social media upgrades and just most of these trends. Yeah. So even in the vehicle industry, the technology has very much advanced. We have electric vehicles coming on board. We have in many different sectors of the technology. It's just that in mostly Zambia hasn't synced to that level where we, and the different classes of people purchasing vehicles. So it's basically that. And in technology, I feel we are still pushing through. I can say that 68%. We are fully awake, and almost everyone is aware. It's just that most of us cannot afford those.
I know.
Yes. So technology as a whole.
Basically, just the environment itself, how would you best describe it in the transport industry? Really enabling many businesses out there and those that would want to also join the similar business.
So, in the transport sector, there are two aspects here. There are us who are... there are car dealers who are selling vehicles on cash. Those car dealers who would maybe purchase 2 vehicles and resell them, then reorder. And then there is now us who are in financing. And there are now also the receivers, the end users. So basically what is happening is, in most cases, this is what I emphasize all the time. The vehicles that we get all the way from Japan to here, they have a stronger and longer lifespan.
Wow.
Okay? Not only in the engine, but a lifespan in how long it's going to serve the business. Rather than getting a vehicle that has explored the roads of Lusaka for 5 years. Even when you come, no, I need to purchase this vehicle. So we do not even finance vehicles locally sourced, because we don't know how effective, how good that vehicle is. And I always advise these people to say, look, there are tragedies in purchasing vehicles that are in the local market that has been moving when you want to put it in business. Okay? Because it will only take maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, you start seeing a mechanic. So we cannot finance those. So what I would best say is the biggest advice, even for people into this business, looking at it from all these angles, from us suppliers all the way up to people who are the end users of the vehicle, is that one thing you can't do is that you cannot lie to yourself. You will know what to get, how long you want to be with it, and how you use it. And definitely you know where to turn. So basically, those are some of the standpoints that I would.
Well, Mr. Chela, let's not also, wind up manners also touching on some of the risks that comes with this business. I believe every business has got some risks.
Yes.
Especially, this is a client already using, this vehicle. Are there any situations that somebody there who wants to join the business is thinking like, what if? Are there some?
So for people who want to join the business, this is one thing that we do. When you get a vehicle from us, we will make sure that it's comprehensively insured.
Okay.
Because in all cases, like I said, in the first place, business is a risk. Yeah. There's no business that doesn't have a risk. You're going to purchase a vehicle, put it on the road. You don't know what's going to happen to that vehicle. So we've partnered with the best insurance companies that gets back to us as quickly as possible. And it's guaranteed that our partnership with these insurance companies, once something happens, they get back to us quickly, we reorder the car. So we are able to replace through the help of insurance companies, because what we do is comprehensive insurance. So what we have done is that we are not only covering for ourselves running off from the loss, because once that vehicle gets into an accident, for God's sake, so what we are going to do is that the insurance will come, they'll pay through us, we reorder the same type of vehicle. You are back into the business. And what we'll do in that particular instant is, what we'll do is we'll exercise lenience between the payments. Yes, so we are the only people with these flexible, you know, alternatives. So we bring you back in until we wait for the vehicle to come. Then you continue again. You're back on the road. It's working. That is if it went beyond or something really happened. So you also need to understand, when you're getting into a vehicle business, what are the risks? That's why I said we offer pre and after sale services to make sure that we move with our clientele together. And you won't find other companies massaging their clients like we do.
It's still done on that.
Yes, it's still done, you're gone.
All right. Pacha Motors, just getting to see how you're planning, even as you clock a year and years to come, how do you plan to just expand and to grow the business in Zambia better?
Okay, so basically, what we are looking at is we are looking at the needs of the people. A vehicle is no longer just a want. You know, there used to be like a want back in the day, like having a car was about the luxury of it. Like, you're doing better. Nowadays, it's a source of income. Okay, so just like the government, every year they say we are going to employ 4,000 teachers. We also have targets. We want to empower at least 500. We are going to empower at least 300. And then we try to play around with the mechanism. We are always doing a background checks, underground checks, and checking what are some of the constraints that people are having. What are some of the challenges? Why are others not stepping forward? What are some of the challenges that people are, being faced that is holding them back? So as we reach out, we are learning a lot, as we are also expanding under which the services that we need to offer, in which dimension, how down can we go, what type of promotions are going to fit. So we are looking at expanding massively, because, we have different, we're faced with different competitors. We have the big guys in the game. And growth is something that you should never shun away from. Even in human evolvement, growth happens at every particular point. You are not the same person you were last year. You are an improved version, learning from your mistakes, from everything that wasn't supposed to be in your life. You've learned from that. Today, an approach from last year of a person who did you bad won't work in the next year. So growth is something that we've also witnessed in the 1 year that we've been there. We've actually outlived. This is not what we expected, even to on the finish line for the first year. This is not what we expected. It has come as something that we said, okay, there's more market, there's more to chunk, and we can coexist into the competition spectrum. So growth, we are expecting to double up. We are also expecting that things are going to be even more better. So we are just hoping that even our competitors buckle up, our clientele also to buckle up as we move together. And we promise nothing but the very best of the services, and we are still expanding the team, expanding. We are hoping that by the end of the next year, we will be at provincial level almost everywhere in the country.
And I forgot to ask to customers, in this 1 year, did you encounter any especially maintaining customers?
I feel like we did. and no names mentioned, we did. So with that client, how it started out was they came. Initially, what they came for is that they needed help. Okay, so they had less, very less. And then we managed to put in. And then after that, the vehicle arrived, and we told them, you know, you paid less, and we understand that you want to put this vehicle on business. We are just advising you to now comply to do the comprehensive insurance. And they still failed. In their failure, they were still insulting. You know, like, they are the ones who have failed. We've done. The vehicle is downstairs. It's here. So you haven't even, we went to greater lengths. We even removed the monthly installments so that they can thrive into the business. They still failed. And then I was like, you know what, I think it's in the best interest that we sit down and recalculate everything that we have put in, and we refunded them without even getting an interest, because I just didn't want a bad review. Because at the end of the day, people won't follow the whole complete story of how generous you were, how much of a heart that you have as a company, how much you compromised to, you know, how much we derailed from our contractual agreements to help them, to facilitate even failing to the smallest, even just road tax. And then we went like, okay, this is good. And on top of that, constant persuasion, insults, and all of that stuff. So we just went like, no. We'll give you the money as it came. We want, even when on the contractual agreements we're supposed to get something, we just went like, it's fine. It's okay. So we have seen a lot of people from different walks of life come in, different motives and others, but we've embraced people, we've loved them. And even now as we speak, we still love that client. If the client would still come back with a different mindset to work, we are open to business.
It takes a big heart.
Yes.
It's not easy. Well, even as I will be wrapping up, just also get to understand, like you've mentioned, you've got some room for growth, and the person is ever evolving and the business is growing. Like you've mentioned, can you discuss just any new technologies or innovations that you're trying to explore to enhance your business?
I think we don't have so many. The only thing we have is we are looking at partnerships. We are looking at partnerships as one way of business expansion, partnerships with mines, partnerships, even more deeper partnerships with the suppliers, the good smooth transition. And of course, we can't deal away without our stakeholders, who happens to be ZRA, you know. We cannot get here without paying the duty. Definitely. So about the technologies of it, I think those are some of the things I wouldn't make mention here, so that our competitors should not jump into the trend and do. These are some of the things that every business withholds until you see it unfold. And so most of these things are kept secret in the company runnings until we execute, then we can now be able to talk about. But technology, the innovations, we have a whole lot of them with the technical team. And, you know, I'm also one of the business geniuses around. If not amongst the big five in Zambia, then I don't know how many we're looking at. I think about, you know, the business, the entrepreneurship, I still feel that there's quite a whole lot. I just stepped back because, you know, the industry doesn't pay so much for you to feed it, with, you know, these ideas and everything. And it's like, you know, sometimes you have to focus on you. There is this saying that we say, a prophet is not respected in his hometown. I have even some of the friends who have never learned any trends from me. Regardless, every time we are together, spending time together, we're able to talk about business and all, but they still go unvarnished. They just go untamed. And then there are people afar off who learn these strategies, employ these strategies in their daily works, and it does tremendous work.
One thing that I also missed out, to those that are also, you know, interested, watching us out there, would want to join this transport industry. When it comes to, you know, registering a company, how is the process like? Is it really easy for one to really jump in?
Yeah, it is very easy. Actually, it won't even take more than 2,500 for you to register a company. Yeah, it won't. once you do the registration, you do the taxpayers, TPINs, and all these things. It's very simple. It's very simple. What I would just say is that most youths, how can I put it? It's that they are so fascinated, they are so nervous about going things, and that's where people like me on the public domain, that's why I always tell them to say, feel free, be open. As long as it's business you're consulting, I don't charge even for these things. You just come, we sit cross table. As long as I have time, you find me, I can usher you into how to get started. Not only in this business, but even how to register other businesses, start going through about them. I think we need to start seeing a whole lot of youths participating into entrepreneurship and just taking this as, you know, going through. It's so sad that you see a lot of graduates still waiting for the jobs.
It's very sad.
We all pursued different careers. I'm a journalist, I'm a marketing professional, and 2 other more careers that I have. And most of these things, even entrepreneurship and business is part of them, but business is one of those things that you'll never regret doing. It is one of a kind that never lets you down unless that business fails. But then you need to also understand that 100% of you for the first year should be vested.
Definitely. Well, generally, how do you also see the transport industry evolving? Just how your company will try to adapt to some of these changes that you can anticipate.
So as time goes, like we say, the changes that affects the businesses do not come from outside mostly, because most of the factors that affect the business, maybe the dollar rate going up, you know, there's some of the duties, like this year, effective January, the duties were hiked. So we now go back to our clientele, start preaching the news and then having this back and forth. But you know, we had already sent a whole lot of quotations for the time of, and then it just comes like effectively January 2025, done. So for those people who have already purchased and vehicles are in transition, they are coming. They would, it was a drawback for most businesses. I'm sure not only Pacha Motors, but also other people felt it. We had to communicate back to our clients to say, no, these are things, no, but you already gave us this, you already gave us this. And then when we reached there's others you make some losses, others would understand, others wouldn't. So when you look at some of the things that we look up to, especially how we look at it in 10 years, I feel like even as we go, when we are communicated to often on these changes that are coming our way, in due course, in time, to prepare our clients, I feel that is the best way to go. Because, you know, like, let me give you a perfect example. What the duty that was 24,000 something went to nearly like 29,864. And then you need now to tell the clientele to say, no, this is the difference. You need to top up about 5,000. And then you're not only speaking to one client, we are talking about over 80 vehicles in transit that are coming. So when these clients refuse because the contractual agreement is locked to exactly that pricing, and you start telling them to say, look, this is something we can't change. Most of them never understood. Now, if you calculate 5,000 difference by 80 vehicles that are in transit, you're going to find that you are literally making nearly close to 300, 400. Regardless of this cost that is going to come, it's now falling on the company. So transitioning to this year, that's how difficult it was, because we had a lot of vehicles in the pipeline coming, and then they just snapped us. I was like, when I snap on this finger, everything changes. So I also expect that they will be giving us a 6 months prior.
Exactly.
So that we also prepare these people on this is what has changed. So the next time we are doing this will be. So I expect the business expansion to be big, because every person now is awakened. They now know the transport sector is making good money. What I'm just praying for is that we expand the city. That's the only thing that we can do. We expand the city. It's the city that needs expansion. The businesses and all these people, I feel we are coordinating so well. So I think we also need to create another temporal city so that we begin. You know, Lusaka, the town is just not enough.
It's not at all.
Yeah, it can't bear where we're going.
Definitely.
And that's the truth. The most painful truth is that Lusaka is not ready for what's coming. Yeah, we need to also create another that looks like it. We need to be diverse. And, you know, like I always say, it needs to be a deliberate move, even by the government, to make sure that we dispense. Definitely. We dispense because, you know, what is coming in the next 10 years, I don't think Lusaka is ready for it. Yeah. And as an entrepreneur, I'm using these projections because how I want my business to grow versus how we are also growing the economy versus how the city is handling it. It's by far. By far.
Come to the end of our discussion, Mr. Shela, just a quick one, a quick word to the viewers out there, just to inspire somebody.
Oh, yes. Okay, so basically, inspiring people. I feel even as we inspire others, let's also not take away from the fact that they should also look at, you know, I'm a public figure. And most people think that we do not go through this hell on earth. We go through quite a number of things. So even as I'm inspiring you who is watching out there, you need to also understand that in this life, we are all coming from the darkest place. Sometimes we go back a little back and back, forward. I don't even know where to start from. I feel like I've experienced quite most harsh moments in the background. I disappeared for like 2 years. I just put in my whole life together. And the only thing I can tell you is you have and you know what you want. With this that you want, you kinda do what it takes, like your life depends on it. Like you will need to die, even 2 years of your life, you just die down to come and resurrect in a different spectrum, in a different, you know, form. And it takes the attitude, everything about you has to change, the behavior, how you treat people, how you treat yourself. Because at the end of the day, every time you ask someone to say, list 3 things that you love, they are not on the list. All the time. List 3 things that you love.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, you didn't even start with yourself. So you need to fall in love with yourself. That's number 1. 2, when you love yourself, you now tell you, I love you, but you will need to go through tough conditions for us to achieve what we both will be happy about when time comes. And then you create a period under which you need to die. Do whatever you can. Just don't steal. Don't break the bank. Don't do none of that. And don't step in people's yards. Thank you.
Wow, well said. Thank you so much, Mr. Shela.
Thank you.